Hey, what's up, guys? This is your boy Frosty here with another storytime video with some gameplay in the background. Hope you guys are doing well. I'm doing well myself. And today's storytime is definitely a crazy one, so drop a like on the video. But anyways, let's jump right into the storytime. So this storytime all takes place when I was about 11-ish. I can't exactly pinpoint in my mind how old I was. I was like either 10, 11, or 12. But anyways, this story time is during the summer, so you already know your boy was up to some buffoonery with his friends and just messing around all summer, and specifically at the community center that I have in my town. And this place was like a everyday hangout spot for me and my friends, especially since they had like a beautiful PS4. They had a PS4, and that nobody out of my friend group had. We're all brokies, so we went to the community center to play their PS4. So we were absolutely fiends over this. So this day all begins pretty normal. You know, your boy gets up, gets ready for the day, and then I ate some breakfast, probably some cereal or something, and just immediately hopped on Black Ops 2 like a fucking nerd. Just waiting till I knew the community center was open. And fast forward, and your boy and his friends have everything planned out, and same with my brother and his friends. So we're going to the center, and everyone was there. So I was like, okay, dope. Now we hanging out, and we immediately start out our buffoonery, and we start messing around. And we start playing games in the gym, and we were playing games of basketball, and you already know your boy was absolutely dick at basketball at the time. So we are getting slaughtered by the older kids because it was my friends versus my brother's friends. And we get tired of playing because losing sucks dicks. Don't know if you guys knew that, but yeah. And my friends split up from my brother's friends because they went outside or something to like play football, or like they continued to play basketball or something. And my friends went into the room that had the PS4, and we were playing this like Trojan Stickman game against each other. And I was literally like a cheat code at this game. I don't remember the name. It was like something like Athero or something. I don't know, something weird like that. And we're having a good ass time playing this game, and we're making tournaments and shit, fighting each other in this game. And eventually we get into the finals, and sadly your boy was not in the finals. It was my best friend against another kid, and they were going at it, and almost everybody that was at the community center had left, or either was playing basketball in the gym or watching us play the game. But anyways, suddenly this girl busts into the freaking room that we're in. Let's call her Jewel, because why not? But this chick comes running into the room, and we're where we were, and she starts crying, like covering her face with her hands. And we're all like, what the fuck happened to you, bro? And she's like losing it, nonstop crying and not really answering us. Like bloody murder crying, like she's screaming and crying. And this girl won't stop for nothing, but also won't like uncover her face, like won't release her hands at all. And while all this is happening, another girl came in, which was Jules' best friend. Let's call this girl Hannah. And Hannah comes in, and she's also crying, but she's not covering her face. And she comes in, and the first thing I notice about her is her face looks busted up, like someone just fucking throw 1-2 Mayweather, 3-4 McGregor on her bitch ass. Like, she looked busted up, like she got fucked up or something. And this made me, as a little kid, immediately start freaking out. I'm like, what the fuck? And same with everybody else there. We're all like kind of borderline freaking out. And the other girl finally uncovers her face, and we're just freaking out because like, who the hell would have beat up this little girl? And the other girl finally uncovers her face too, and her face is like really busted up, like worse than the other girl. And now we're really worried, and we're like, what the fuck happened to you guys? Who did this to you guys? And they both go, well, it was Jake. And Jake was my brother's best friend at this time. I'm like, wait, what? Jake did this? Now I'm just like super confused, still worried, but definitely confused, because Jake is like a super like non-conflict person. He's like super quiet, and we're just like getting pissed at the same time. We're like, how did this kid do this shit? When Jake and them were playing around, that they were teasing him and like kind of pushing him around, and then he just got pissed and started punching them in the face, and they don't know why. And obviously a bunch of noise made the supervisor of the community center come out, which was a good thing. So now she was involved, and she gets caught up on the story, and then they call the police, and then they treat the girls' wounds because they had like a first aid kit or whatnot. Like these girls' faces were like busted up quite a bit, and time goes by, and like 15 minutes, maybe a little longer, and then the cops were there, and kids were now leaving the community center because they were scared and did not want to have to do anything with the situation, which is valid. But me and my brother were still there because my dad didn't show up until the community closed, which center closed, which is like around 8, something like that, 8:15, and my best friend was still there, and maybe like 4 other kids, and plus the girls. And the cops are there though, and they get caught up on everything that's happening. And we're still like super close to the supervisor, so we're like eavesdropping. And we're hearing everything that the police are saying that they need to go somewhere private because he has a bunch of bullshit ass kids listening to the conversation. But they go into the office, and so does my best friend because he's actually the supervisor's kid. And he was scared and probably wanted to be with his mom. And they go, and it's like 20 minutes, and we're just sitting there, like super impatiently, just waiting for these guys to get it out of the office. And then finally, they do come out of the office and they go outside. And they told us to stay inside, which we did. And now the supervisor and the girls and the cops were all outside. And I'm talking to my friend that was in the room with them. I'm like, yo, what happened? And he's like, well, they wanted to see footage of what happened because they thought it was really weird that this kid just started beating up 2 girls for no reason. So then they pulled up the footage, and what they saw definitely was not what they expected. And my friend tells me that when they pulled up the footage, the girls were like pushing this kid around like pretty hard and like shoving him. And he's walking away in the footage, and the girls start grabbing fucking rocks and bricks and literally chucking them at this kid. And he's getting hit by them. And I guess, well, he had enough getting hit by fucking rocks. So he started defending himself, and he started punching the girls and beating their asses, which is valid because if I got hit by a brick and didn't get knocked out, I'd try beating the fuck out of the person with the brick. And I'm like, what the fuck is going to happen now? Because like now I'm super confused. Now I'm like, who's going to get charged or like what's happening? And they were like, so the cops are going to go to Jake's house and actually ask the family if they want to press charges on the girls' families because they were the assaulters, not Jake, because Jake was defending himself. But like, seriously, what the fuck? It has to be wrong with you to fucking hit someone with a brick. Like, that's your age and your friend. I don't know. Something has to be seriously wrong with you. But the supervisor came in during this conversation and was just like, we're going to call y'all's parents and we're closing the gym up for tonight. So me and my brother are like, okay. And we wait outside for our dad to get there. And he actually came pretty fast because they had told him what was going on. And he gets there and the cop tells him what happens yet again. And then after this, I say later to my best friend. And I was like, yo, text me what's going to happen. And then we get out of there, we leave, and we go home. It was already like maybe like 7:45, almost to where the gym was about to close, but not really. And I was pretty tired because all the shenanigans that happened today, all the bullshit, some kid got hit by a brick. Yeah. The girls definitely left that part out of the story on their part. I remember getting home and just waiting for my friend's text. He never really texted that night. Not about this situation, but I woke up the next morning to a text and he was like, yo, Jake's parents aren't going to press charges. And I was like, okay, fucking whack, but whatever. I would have pressed charges if I was Jake's parents. But yeah, guys, that wraps up today's story time. I hope you guys enjoyed this one because it was a super crazy one. And if you guys noticed, my voice definitely doesn't sound normal. At least I don't think so. Definitely sounds like I'm losing my voice. So my bad if I was kind of monotone during this story. But anyway, guys, the moral to this story is don't fucking throw rocks at people when you get upset at them. Because you deserve whatever comes after. Even if you're a girl throwing a rock at a dude, you deserve to get your ass beat. I don't know if you ever been hit with a rock, but that shit fucking hurts. Imagine a brick. But later, guys, stay frosty.